Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. And we're going to have a little conversation today because people going a little bit cuckoo-cuckoo. And I'm like, girl, just go live and have a couple of conversations for an hour or less, okay? Because, look, when it's not that much going on in the celebrity, pop culture, gossip news, and foolishness and whatnot, I sometimes don't be feeling like going live, but I was like, nah, honey, go ahead and have these conversations, okay? Now, look, my opinion on things may not match your opinion on things. That's okay, because everybody got an opinion, okay? And I want to give mine and whatnot, okay? But y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a little second and do a few things for me, which is, okay, like the video, okay, hit the like button on your way in or on your way out. Comment in the comment section because it's a conversation, okay? Subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBirds, dot. You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, TikTok, and stuff, okay? And y'all know to already share the video by hitting the share video. Now, happy Sunday! Happy Sunday to Eric. Look. You know what I'm saying? Use the condom. I like my oversized shirts I got from Big Beauty. So yesterday I had on one and said I'm a virgin, but I'm not. And then this one is what kind of whatever. Okay. But happy Sunday to y'all. I put lipstick on for y'all. I put lipstick on for y'all. I got up off my couch taking a nap for y'all because I love y'all. Okay. And I hope y'all love me too. Now look, don't forget. Happy Sunday. Don't forget, tomorrow is one day. I'll be live tomorrow for something. I don't know what, but I'll be live for something, okay? But today, for a little bit of time, we're going to just talk about these couple of things that's going on that I don't know why some of these things are happening. I don't know why. You know, people can't respect people for how they feel. I don't know why. But I said you are a commentator, so give your commentation. Now, I don't know if commentation is a word. I may have made up that word, but y'all know what I mean, okay? But hi to the people who are here already. Happy Sunday. Thank y'all for being here. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here. Thank you very much. And stuff, okay? Now, I want y'all to know that we chilling around here. Okay. Happy Sunday. Thank you for loving my shirt. Hey my, that's my, love you. Okay. Okay. And stuff. Yeah, you just in time. Tomorrow is the Robiversary. So today I have to download a couple of old things from Bishop Robbery from a year ago so we can rewatch some stuff tomorrow, because tomorrow is the Robiversary. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, not today. Okay. I don't know. I don't care. Some of these things that happen. Look, look. I be trying to mind my business, but because I'm a commentator and I be giving commentary, yesterday I was like, girl, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. And today I'm like, I did it. I'm gonna do it. Because sometimes me, I try to stay around. I try to stay away from certain toxic, combative, misunderstood conversations, just to not even fall into the category of people around here, trying to be crazy about stuff. My last tomorrow will be at 9. It'll be after I get off work. The head to the people. Happy Sunday. But, the conversation, the main, the T.S. Madison, Jess Hilarious, that other trans lady who was talking to, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get at a good 10-15. I don't want that in the beginning because I don't want to get flags. I won't get flags. Okay, not at all. But I felt in my spirit, in my bones, okay, that a conversation, it's like you see people talking about it, you like, I want to say something. And so that's today. I want to say something today, okay? But it's sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I've been on for 7 minutes. Just started. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to chat. You saying hit the like button. Not a moment of silence. No. Well, I am happy, Michael. You know what I'm saying? Look, I rarely wear my hair, curly. I rarely do that. I wash my hair often. And usually y'all don't see it because I be having it twisted up in the hat. But yeah, curls is out today. I'm trying to let my hair breathe a little bit because I had braids for a while, and I'm getting braids back again in August. I'm trying to let my hair be out and free and breathe before it's tamed down and twisted. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go. Robert first. Yeah, tomorrow will be the Robiversary foolishness chat will be tomorrow. Have I talked about this? What's this? You mean this? No. If you mean me talking about, trans men, trans people fussing with us, no. But I feel like, my opinion is needed. And so we're going to have that. Now, look, I went ahead, honey, and all I have is stuff to share from my IG. I did not make any graphics. Excuse me. Except the thumbnail. Okay. I made this graphic. And that's it. Because that's all there's all about. But I was like, quick conversation can beat what it is. Okay. So let's go. I'm gonna get started because my neighbor music is on. I don't know. I ain't got time. I got time, okay? At any moment, it can get real loud around here, but I'm gonna leave that be. So let's just go ahead and get started. Um, I mean, kind of, well, yeah. Yeah, I've had a couple conversations about Carly, but yes, I have already. It's already up on my channel and stuff, and I'll touch on the bit of it about her boyfriend. But yeah, I've already done that. Congratulations, confetti. Okay, y'all remember? Kind of got the dang on names. Honey from girl from Love in the Lockup, old girl, and the prison dude who is married. Well, happy anniversary to them. Who name I can't remember right now. Cameron. And what's her name? Cameron and whatever her name is. Because right now I don't remember what her name is. And I don't because it slips my memory, okay? But happy anniversary. They actually have been married for a full year. Now she's still pregnant. She's still pregnant. She ain't dropped that load just yet, okay? But a couple being married on Love at the Lockup is still, thank you, Aris. And still being married a year later is a celebration to say the least, okay? Because sometimes, it'd be a lot that don't go right in these Love after Lockup marriages. So congrats, confetti to Cameron and Aris for being married for a full year. Their daughter should be born, I'm saying? I think, what's this? This is July. I believe she looks like she about due any moment. Okay? She looked like she about due at any moment in time. Okay? Now, I don't follow neither one of them, but one of the blogs posted, congrats on their 1 year. And I said, oh, well, let me go back and let me go see. And so I found them. And so, yeah, Aris and Cameron are still married. She's still pregnant, which to me means they're going to be on the next season of Love. They're going to be on the next season. What they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Liquor bottle in the wedding photo is what you do. Yes, have the liquor bottle in your hand. Have the liquor bottle right beside you the whole time, okay? But congrats to them. Now, second, we not going to say congrats to. I never understand why people make dumb decisions as if it will not have consequences and repercussions. So the football team at Florida A&M, FAMU, the football coach has suspended all activities for the football team. Why? Because somebody allowed a rapper, Real Boston Richie, to film a whole music video in the team locker room. Now, I have never been to college. However, I am fully aware that college themes, their logos, the uniforms, all that stuff is licensed and owned by the university. And ain't not nan college around here allowing Real Boston Richie, whose music is very, 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 very explicit. You know what I'm saying? It's not college friendly. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever see any college, unless it's a street college, that will allow anyone to not only film on the campus, but to film on the campus in the football team locker room that show fam you all around there in the team's football gear. You got the football helmet on. I'm like, why is the football helmet on? I'm confused. So once the video was put out on YouTube and the school quickly found out, they said, oh, hell no. Okay, stop it immediately. Now, this is the coach who put out his statement. You know what I'm saying? How he found out about the rap video, about the rapper, but he's in the locker room without prior authorization. How the video and the song itself, graphic language or whatever, that's not associated, not consistent with Florida A&M's core values, principles, beliefs. They have a whole investigation. See who did it, who let them in the building, who gave them the gear. Because how would y'all get the football? Well, first of all, they probably picked it up out the room. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it's also a couple of the football players in the video. What is wrong with y'all? Now the coach, like, even though he understands, he respects the free speech. Free speech. You can't do that on somebody else's property and somebody else's stuff. Period. So they suspended the thing. Now the president of the college also was like, hey, not around here. No, not around here. Okay, hell no. They're gonna figure out who did it because the song in the video was a no. Now you can't hear it, but just imagine cussing, fussing, shoot 'em up, bang bang, hoes and bitches. This is in the school colors, in the coach shirt, in the locker room, showing fan you in the football helmet. Lord, what is wrong with y'all? Not throwing the birds up. What is wrong with y'all? People need to be smart. Now I'm like, who did Boston Rich even go to? Because how does anybody think, hey, let me go to the school of Florida. Let me go to Florida A&M, okay? And I'm just gonna go in the locker room and shoot a video. And not think, let me make sure the coach, the president of the school, at least whoever's over the athletic department is aware I'm around here. Hoes, bitches, bang, bang in the locker room. You have to get permission, authority, agreements, paperwork to film on any school property, any business. You can barely fill up a McDonald's. And Boston Richie, first of all, the nigga name is Boston, but I think they say he's in Florida. Okay, which is why he came back there. But I'm like, sir, why would you want to do that? You know your song ain't school friendly. Now, to me, it would have been one thing if he was just visiting the school and as he's walking on the regular grounds outside, you can't tell where he at. He's on some school's campus. If he thought I can walk the property, record, maybe. But once you go in the locker room and put on a coach's outfit, because that shirt and them khakis to me gives I'm a coach. I'm coaching. I'm footballing. This is my team. Helmets. Hats. You're stupid. You're dumb. Okay? So they're still trying to figure out how the hell this happened. I might start with the football players who's in the room. Start with them. Because after you found it from them, maybe we can figure something else out. Now, also, speaking of foolish, it says a YouTuber known for sexist pranks is now banned from all NBA and WNBA events after recording himself sleeping during a women's game. Now, first of all, this is what we mean by people. See, people be doing dumb stuff for YouTube and get all kind of attention. I'm around here giving y'all quality content. Why I ain't on the blogs. But my amazingness. But no, this fool up here with a blanket and a goddamn sleeping hat like he's Sandman on the first row of an WNBA game. He was at the Los Angeles Sparks game dressed in pajamas, head to toe, bought 4 seats in the front row, and tried to lay down in pajamas on camera. You know, we don't want folk to be like arrested, you know. We don't want folk being accosted by the police. I would like to say, if the security came around here and snatched him up off the front row and threw him out like Uncle Phil throwing out jazz, I would have, hey. First of all, you would never do that at any male sports game. So why on God's green earth and on Beyonce's internet, well, Beyonce's internet, Oprah's internet, Michelle Obama's internet, it's a lot of people's internets. But why would you? Why? And then they tried to have him leave. Like, you can't do that. He like, no, I bought these 4 seats because I get sleepy and I want to go to sleep. And I was like, you stupid, you're dumb, stupid, you're dumb. To make it seem like women's basketball is so boring that it puts you to sleep. I hope somebody tripped him into a bed of pillows. Into a bed of pillows that's been sitting in cow's milk and flour and hot sauce and dirt. And he just flops down into that and it gets all his pores. For what? And I'm happy that they stopped him from doing it. Like, nah, bro. Nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, not around here. And to do that because you think it's funny, but it isn't. It isn't. You didn't show your stupidity. And I'm happy that he has been banned from all NBA games and WNBA games. Not that he was a usual attendee of any of either, but to try to embarrass the female basketball players as if they can't play. It's people there watching. Is female basketball players, the WNBA, as popular as the NBA? No, it isn't. We know that. However, trying to embarrass the women for that reason shows how much of an asshole you are. So yes, block him. He can't go. He should not be able to go to the NBA, the WNBA, the football, baseball, soccer, boxing, tubing. He should be blocked from Pornhub. He can't watch nothing anything that requires a body to move. He can't watch it. He can't watch porn no more. No porn, no sports, no wrestling, nothing. Nothing. Because it irks all my nerves. Okay, I hate assholes that do assholey things and want to make it seem like, oh, I didn't do nothing. It was a prank. It wasn't funny. Speaking of not being funny, add y'all. See, I'm just running it. Okay. Because it ain't much. We're gonna just run through my things. Georgia mama almost loses $50,000 after scammers use AI to mimic the daughter's voice in a fake kidnapping plot. I said, Carly, that's you. Carly. It wasn't Carly. Anyway, the mama said she got a phone call and someone said, hey, we got your daughter. And luckily, the mama was like, wait, oh my God. Oh my God. What is we doing? Where's my daughter? Okay. Debbie Shelton Moore. Okay, got a phone call. And the people say, we got your daughter. And she heard her mom, she heard her daughter's voice. Mom, please, Mama, come get me. Mama, give him the money. Mama, give him the money. And I'm like, what in the hell? That's the mama right there. Luckily, the phone call came in, and the husband was like, the fuck? The husband, the daddy, called the daughter. And the daughter like, what? I'm fine. What do you mean? I'm not kidnapped. And, so of course they, did not get the money. But I feel like this is a cautionary tale, yes. Because if somebody called you instantly saying, I got your child, give me $50,000, or else, you just call your child. Now, if you call your child and they don't answer, that's something different. That's a little bit different because you're like, oh my God, why you not answering? what's going on. Now, had she said, the people call her, she called her daughter, the daughter didn't answer, she got frightened, that's one thing. But they called you, your husband was there, called the daughter, who said she was fine. So I'm like, for that split second, yes, you paranoid, but I'm like, first of all, the fact that they're trying to scam folk using the AI audio is crazy. Because in real life, unless you know the family, you know for a fact their daughter is in Cancun underwater snorkeling, so she not gonna answer her phone, maybe. But if you don't know where the actual child is, I can just call my daughter. Now, in our family, and I think a lot of families may have this as well, you're supposed to have a code word or a code whatever, where someone says, they got you. If you say something, you can say something to let them know, hey, yes, it's me. Bon voyage. Oh my God. That's the code. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, look, if anybody call y'all and say that somebody kidnapped, ask them for the code word. Call your people to be sure your people ain't gone somewhere. Okay? But people right, they being dumb. Speaking of people being dumb. Now I said, first of all, why her face swollen? This might beat her up, I hope so. A Miami mama up here arrested because she out here hiring people to take people that she birthed to see Jesus. Now, I don't understand why anyone would have to hire someone to do something so stupid. Put her up under the jail. Put her up under the jail. She don't need no cellmate. Put her up under the jail. Okay, now 18-year-old Jasmine Perez allegedly shared a photo providing the location of her son on a parody website. The parody website is called rentahman.com. Now, I'm like, first of all, I'm not only upset at the person who went to the website. I'm like, why did you make the website? What was the reason that you made the website? Okay. Now, the owner of the website, Robert, says he developed it for cybersecurity. I was like, what? I mean, I guess if you want to catch people in the act, it makes sense. But I'd be like, only somebody completely deranged and mental will even look up to find a way. Because who the fuck, what? Now, in the online request form, the lady said she wanted somebody to get something done once and for all. And she wanted her son to be taken far, far away. This is why people should not have to have children. Now, she's in jail. She's only 18. That doesn't mean, well, she's 18 with a 3-year-old. She had a child at 15. She's a kid of damn self, okay? Put that bitch up in lockup. Put her in lockup. Put her kid up for adoption. She needs to be evaluated for a long, 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 long time. She never needs to be able to bring someone into this world, because look at what she did the first time she did it. It's whack. That I'm like, y'all do know y'all can give the child up. Safe haven the kid. Safe haven if you do not want your baby. Safe haven, because going online looking for a take them outer does not make any damn sense. It's actually really stupid, because it shows that you're fucking delusional and that you should be in prison. You should be in jail, up under the jail with the rats and the roaches. Okay, the rats and the roaches. Speaking of more stupidity, it's a lot of dumb things we gonna, see here. Livonia is a city here in Michigan. It's one of the surrounding cities of Detroit. But Livonia and a Livonia attorney is charged after smuggling drugs to a client in prison during a visitation. Like, you're a lawyer. You are an attorney. You know what is against the law. What could your prison client do for you to cause you to risk your livelihood, your freedom? Now, 69-year-old attorney from Livonia was charged with a felony offense involving illegal controlled substances being brought into the prison under the guise of an attorney-client visit. They have not released the attorney's name, but at 69 years old, you was old enough to know better. You're fully old enough to know better. For what? And whatever amount of drugs you send to that person, what? I just don't understand stupidity. It never makes sense to me. And the gotcha is that probably ain't that attorney's first time doing that. He probably been smuggling stuff for a minute. Because no one is a first time smuggler if they get caught. Not at 69. More foolishness. Two sisters sue a funeral home for $60 million after they buried the wrong man in their father's grave. In their father's suit. In their father's favorite shirt, I'm sorry. I never understand how this happened. It's a pair of sisters from Long Island, New York, are suing a funeral home for $60 million after the wrong man was buried in his father's grave. And get this, the man they buried in the grave was reportedly wearing a beloved t-shirt that belonged to their daddy. Stacy and Megan claimed the red flag started upon when their father, Clifford, they opened up the casket. His mustache was missing. He had a stitch scar on the forehead that they did not know where it came from. I'm like, first of all, was it a cousin? Because I feel like how different, like how did the person get buried? Because for me, the person in the casket has to resemble, unless the person, now they daddy died of heart failure, which means his face should not have looked much different. But the fact that they said his mustache was missing, he had a stitch scar on his forehead, they did not know where it came from. But I'm like, at what point did y'all start asking questions? Because unless it's fuck the mustache and the scar. Did he look like your daddy? How did it ever get to the burial? Because we not leaving the funeral home if that ain't my daddy. At all. I'm just confused. And even though it's saying the funeral home assured them that there hadn't been a mix-up, which is why the sisters are determined to get their father's justice. I'm like, first of all, you can't tell me ain't no mix-up if when I see the body, that ain't my dad. And it say, if you're wondering, the family said that in the lawsuit that they reportedly did not dwell on the unfamiliar. They did not dwell on the fact that the person in the casket did not look like the daddy. Because it says traditional Jewish homegoing but being speedy, you can't speed past burying the front. Look, I do not mean to laugh. I don't, because it's not funny. It's not funny. Because my daddy dad, it was not funny. However, even if you speed up the burial, you have to be sure it's the right person. Now, it says the family later found out that there indeed was a mix-up after the funeral home called them, clarifying their speculations 3 weeks later. Their daddy's actual body had been left at the funeral home for almost a month. Almost cremated. They said they spent $30,000 on 2 burials. It would have been free. One, if you wrongly bury the wrong person, and I have to then bury my right person, that shit gonna be free on your dime. Because you ain't do it right the first time. And I don't care if you do have to speed, I get it. Jewish folks, it's a certain time, I get that. But if you don't do nothing else in those 3 days, make sure the right body is the one being buried. And that's like, we always focus on how the body look. How the body look. Because we don't want anything that does not look proper for an open casket. I mean, do they deserve $60 million? No. And this is why. That's y'all fault. That's y'all fault. They should not get $60 million because y'all allowed them to bury the wrong person. They don't know your daddy. Y'all do. Y'all allow strangers to convince y'all that someone who did not look like your daddy was your daddy. And y'all said, fuck it. I mean, he looked different. But the stranger said it is him. I mean, he don't look like him. I don't look like daddy. It don't. But, no. No. How? That is, look, is it the funeral home fault for the mix-up? It is. However, the mix-up should have stopped once y'all saw his body and noticed, oh, that ain't even him. That ain't him. I mean, it's a shirt, but that ain't him. No. I would have, we need a DNA test. This is a picture of my daddy. That ain't him. No, it's not. Go down there and find this person. Open all your drawers and cabinets, open all the freezers, and find my daddy. So I don't feel like they should get. Should they get? They should get $100,000. They should get back the money they paid for the burial plus $100K. But when y'all say y'all did not think to care about how the man looked different, that's on y'all. That's y'all fault. Ain't even our fault. That's y'all fault. Y'all did that. Now, money. Speaking of money. Okay, a Dallas couple responsible for making a 911 call would lead to the arrest of a kidnapper is not eligible to get the $10K reward because they did not call the Crime Stoppers line. What? I feel like if there's a reward saying if you report anything that leads to the capture of the suspect in general, you get this. Why? What? Why? Give them people their money. Give them people. Now, let me read what it say. Okay, a Dallas couple who has been less conflicted after calling 911 about a kidnapping suspect that was supposed to come with a Crime Stoppers rewards. The couple, Brianna and Kenyatta, were reportedly coming home from lunch when they recognized the man they seen was wanted on TV earlier that day. After comparing the crime and possibly a half-21-year-old kid, they said, "Hey, let's call 911." I think a lot of us don't even like what. I don't know what the number is. Like, is it 800 crime? Like, what is? I don't know. I don't know Crime Stoppers. I don't know their number. But if I call 911, if 911 call Crime Stoppers, and if the person who was supposed to be arrested is arrested, why do I not get the money? For what? For what? For what? And it's stupid that, like, is it a glitch in the matrix? I called 911. I know 911 number. So the fact that they can't get the money, first of all, now that I would sue. I would sue Crime Stoppers for $10,000. That's why some folks don't call. Because who get the money? If the money was specifically to make people feel like calling it in more, is for this particular, person. Hey, 10K if you call in for this suspect. And if you call the authorities, which leads to the arrest of the person who is in question, you should get the money. 911 is the one number anyone knows to call to report a crime. If there's an active crime happening, no one stop. Hey, what's Crime Stopper's number? Hey Siri, what's Crime Stopper's number?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please?
Siri don't even know. Siri don't even know the damn number. No one does. That's stupid. They play them people. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Because it's unfair. It's not right. It's not right. It's not okay. Okay? Now, also not right, not okay. Burger King, what y'all doing? Now, I have not been, the only reason I would go to Burger King is to get an icy. A Coke, cherry icy, mixed, large. Is the only reason I go to Burger King, but a machine always works, I don't go no more. But a Burger King assistant manager was arrested for allegedly serving fries from the trash can. I'm like, not the trash can. Now, down in South Carolina, Jamie Christine Major, the assistant manager, is facing up to 20 years in prison if she's convicted. Because she was out here giving fries from a trash can. Oh, God. If you don't want to serve, fresh fries from the fryer, if you don't want to serve fresh food that ain't on the floor, you don't want to serve people who come to Burger King to have their way, then quit your job. Quit. Now it says 2 women were arrested for disorderly conduct, and after that, all shit broke loose. Okay. It said Burger King headquarters later on informed the police about Major's actions, revealing that she had been serving fries that had been discarded in the trash can. Now she in jail right now for $20K. Leave her ass in there. Because it's like, well, how many other people is getting these foods from if you don't like your job, quit. It's that simple. If you do not like your job, you should quit. Because my thing is, people like fast food. It is, you know what I'm saying? People like fast food. If I have to worry about if my fries came from a trash can, first of all, Burger King fries is horrible. Okay, that's thing one. But my point is, if people have to wonder what you doing to their food because you don't like your job, that's stupid. And let me also say this. If at any point in time I'm somewhere getting my food and someone or myself realize that my food came from the floor, the trash can, or if you done anything to my food, bitch, I'm beating your ass on site. I am very polite when I order my food from wherever. You know what I'm saying? When I go to my Coney Island that I love on 7 Mile and Van Dyke, it's a 20-minute drive for me. It's about 15, it's about a 15, 20-minute drive for me. I travel all the way over 7 Mile and Van Dyke. Because I want me a corned beef sandwich on rye bread, no pickle, no mustard, extra Swiss, a chili cheese fries cooked light with sliced cheese. Okay? I am very nice when I order my food from the Coney Island or whatever. The girl know me because I get the same thing every time I go there. Once a week, I get the same thing. If I have to worry that the person that is just taking my order is throwing shit around here is stupid, I'm coming in and I'm going to watch you make my food. I'm not mean to the restaurant working people. I ain't rude to them. Even if I insist they have an attitude, I'm nice until I get my food in my hand. And then I'm going to say, you know what? I hope you have a good rest of your day. You need a hug? Okay. And I'll leave. But people around here serving food and doing things to people's foods, you wrong. You should go to jail. You should be fired. You know what I'm saying? Period. And I know that Burger King, is not the only place where there could be some disgruntled employees who be on some BS. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that when the restaurant folks see those bad apples, they talk their ass off the tree. Because if you know you have bad working people at your place, you the culprit. You the one on some bullshit. Now leave her ass up in the jail because she ain't shit. You hear me? Up and giving food from the trash. That mean it was, girl. Mm-mm. I also always order my fries fresh. Fresh fries, no salt. Gotta be fresh. I'll wait. I'll pull up. Sure enough, I want fresh food. I'm not waiting. I'm not gonna be mean with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. And the best fries, this the quick thing. The best fries, at least here in Michigan, in my opinion, curly fries from Arby's, fresh fries from McDonald's, and tater tots from Sonic. Those are my faves. I do not go. I used to go to Burger King all the time and get back in the day. I like their little chicken nuggets or whatever, but now I just go for icy, and that's it. But her ass should be in jail under the ice. Um, Megan Thee Stallion said she back to making some music. Okay, Megan said, "Look, I've been gone for a minute, but if I'm back with y'all, I am here to entertain y'all. I am here for y'all." Meg said, "Look, I need a break. A lot been going on. Okay, with the bullshit or whatever." But she posted today, "I'm back in that mode. It's that time. We gonna get some music." Now I hope she come back with some fire, okay? Because she had a stressful year or two. And I also felt like she needed that break to recenter herself. Okay. We're gonna wish Meg Thee Stallion a speedy studio session with some good beats, some good flows or whatever, and a nice singles for the fall. for the fall. Okay, let's get to Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard faces assault and battery by a man who said he was coerced into a threesome involving another man dressed as a woman. Now, um, there's always been rumors about Dwight Howard. For years, there have been rumors about Dwight Howard. And a part of me feel like either someone had been setting Dwight Howard up for years to be looked at as somebody who is, undercoverly, experimental with his sexual activity, or someone is fully just setting him up. I don't know. But this person is, allegedly sharing, text between them that has been going on for a while or whatever. I, I just, I don't mean to keep laughing, y'all. I just feel like it's the title saying, you know, someone is suing Dwight Howard for coercing them into a threesome, and then say it was with another man who was dressed as a woman. Now, how far did it go? Like, at some point, if you're saying it was, it was a man who was actually dressed as a woman, how far did the situation go? Because if you said you participated, you're sharing these texts that seem freaky in nature between y'all two. And Radar Online, who was the one who broke the story, Radar Online, like they looked at the exhibits from the lawsuit, from screenshots between the man and Dwight Howard or whatever. And the accuser name was Stephen or Stephen Harper, claimed he contacted the basketball star in May of 2021. And that was around here. It's weird. It's weird. Because the man said, although he did not want to have a threesome, he still showed up to the house. Went to the man's bedroom. They both got undressed. Engaged in consensual kissing. I don't go to no man's house and go in no room with nobody I ain't trying to get with. I mean that for Dwight Howard and this man too. Because to me, I feel like if you did not want to have sex with Dwayne, why did you go over there? You know what I'm saying? That's the part that confuses me. But I do feel like Dwight Howard, who has these rumors, who has had these rumors spread about him for a long time. And I don't recall him denying them. I think he's always like just ignored them or whatever. Like, man, that ain't true. Now, it said the alleged victim claimed to have fear of potential harm if he resisted Howard and the person's advances. According to the lawsuit, once in the situation, he allegedly engaged in penetration. Some oral things went on. And after it all was over, he went home. Called for an Uber, got dressed, and he felt violated and humiliated. That's horrible. it's a couple things going on here. It's one, someone feeling pressured to do things they don't want to do. Two, the allegations of Dwight Howard being, you know, sexually fluid, and mixing and matching body parts with people's butts and mouths. It's a lot going on here. And I just feel like some ain't in the clean, some ain't in the, some of the milk ain't clean, some of the water ain't clean, some ain't right here. And I'm not victim blaming because the man is saying he's a victim of not wanting to participate in a threesome and being coerced into the threesome. He wanted a twosome. Take us out the group chat. Take us out the group chat. Like, if y'all were having conversations about what you did or did not want to do, then, also maybe be like, bruh, I don't want a threesome. I want a twosome. I want a onesome. Somebody get Johnny Cochran on the line. Get Johnny on the line ASAP. Right now. G Herbo. I have been saying for a while that G Herbo was supposed to have been in jail. And I'm like, was he ever gonna go to jail? Well, that case he had is now he found himself guilty. Okay, he pleaded guilty, allegedly, to wire fraud and was served 5 years in prison. Okay, he would be 5 years in prison. 3 years to supervised release after getting out of prison. He has to pay $250K. Some restitution. I feel like these rappers really, because he accepted a plea deal that will allow him to be guilty of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and making false statements. It came from, what was it from? I can't think of what he did. Oh, boom. Because he was swindling more than $150K from business individuals. He was scheming and scamming. Because these rappers be making y'all think they got all that money. And they don't. And when you round here trying to fake it until you make it, you can't fake it illegally. You should never try to fake things that will cause you to go to jail. That's dumb. A lot of these artists do that because we hear these people who have like one song, maybe two songs, and all of a sudden they making millions. Where? And now you in jail for fact you got a couple kids. He has kids. He has a son with Ari, 2 kids with the girl Tiana, who is Fabulous's ex-wife Emily B's daughter. And now you're going to be gone for 5 years. And all your kids is under 5. Right. Him, Fetty Wap too. It's because all these young artists saw, it's easy. I can act like I got it. And while I'm acting like I got it, I can be up here swindling and wire frauding and stupid. Dumb. Get a job. Get a job. And the crazy part be, they be having these girlfriends who be like, my man. And was your man bound yourself for stolen money? Are you not an accomplice? Grow up. This stupidity. I don't understand. Also, something I don't understand. Okay, DJ Mustard, soon to be ex-wife, who was asking for $82,000 a month in child support, did not get that. Okay, the judge granted her to be paid $24,500 a month in child support. Now, her and DJ Mustard were only married for, her name is Chanel. Were married for 2 years, but they were together for several years before getting married. When you are with somebody for years and then get married and then he lose a whole bunch of weight and then y'all break up, the fuck? Okay, girl, some dudes ain't nothing. And he's a multi, he's rich. Now, while I feel like $82,000 a month in child support is a lot, I don't know their life. I don't know their life. Um, but even $24,000 a month, that's a nice amount of money. That's a nice amount of money because, like, to me, you can live off that. The court also made it to where their prenup will go into effect. He would keep his house, his properties, his music royalties, his cars, jewelry, his possessions. She will not get spousal support. She got a one-time payment of $315,000. She has to pay half of the child's school and medical expenses. It said he offered to pay for the extracurricular activities. I do feel like if he has the majority of the money, shouldn't he pay a little bit more to stuff? I don't think she has to, like, I don't think, like, I'm not saying that she should not have to work and he should pay for everything. But I mean, to go from 82,000 to 24,000 was one thing. She's still paying some things too. I feel like if I was getting 24,000 a month in child support, I would move to Atlanta, Georgia, because I don't know where to stay. I would move to Atlanta, Georgia, give me a nice place that costs $8,000 a month, and pocket the rest to live off of. You can easily live off of $24,000 a month in child support. You can. You can. You can. Especially if you're giving a one-time lump sum of $300,000. If you give me $300,000, I will go buy a house. I will buy a house with that money. I will move to a state where I know I have family, I have help. I would. If you don't want to pay me more money, I have to move where I can afford to live. Not we full. We're full. Love Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Move somewhere, because 24,000 a month maybe isn't a lot in New York. Maybe it ain't a lot in LA. Because those are two states I know are expensive to live. There are so many states in between where you can move to. You know what I'm saying? And live comfortably and pocket the rest of the money. Because they have like small children, I believe. I don't think the kids are older. You can live off that money and be chilling and be good. I'm telling you, move somewhere, buy a house with the $300K, keep getting $24K, because he's also paying half the kids' stuff too. Anybody can. I'm not saying women should not get more. I'm not saying we have to settle. Ain't saying none of that. But once the courts are involved and the courts decide, okay, he's gonna pay you this amount of money. You'll get a lump sum of this amount of money. That's it. Once the courts decide that, okay, cool, we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna move on. Okay, I'm gonna find a house to live in I can afford, and keep sending my check for the 24. Keep sending my check, and I'll be good. Period. Because if she's the full-time mom and she's the full-time caregiver, I don't care what you say. Either give me enough money to live as comfortably as you live, where I don't have to work as hard because I'm a full-time mom to our children, or shut the fuck up and let me move. Would be mine. That's what I would say. Common and Tiffany Haddish. They broke up a while ago. And when they broke up, a part of me felt like it was his fault. Tiffany never said it was his fault, but a part of me felt like it's Common's fault. Common has a history, a tendency, a glitch in his matrix that consistently makes, how to say this without being mean, every time he dating somebody and they break up, it come back to it kind of being his fault. People have said for years that Common can't settle down. Common can't, stick to one woman for a long time. Like he ends up having to like move on. You know what I'm saying? So when they broke up, it just felt like he got bored and then it was over. And Tiffany was talking to I forgot what talking to. Oh, the wife in the post. And it's like it was the healthiest, funnest relationship I ever had. Is where I felt safest out of all the times I felt the safest out of all relationships I had. They were together almost 2 years. Things were apparently going well for the couple when the comment allegedly began to pull back. And she said she found out because she was not invited to his birthday party. How you not invited to the birthday party? And she said it wasn't mutual. It was more him saying, I think this relationship has run its course. And I said, okay, like you're going to be 50 and single? Okay. Common gives me, when he's over it, he's over it. We've had that same rhetoric about him with his other exes. Tiffany's just the first one who said it flat out. And I believe her because it's the same thing that always happened before with Serena, with Angela Rye, with women he's dated. I was after Erykah Badu. It always gave off a thing to where Common kind of just moved on. Common didn't want this. Common didn't want that. And things just kind of, sizzled out. Kind of it was over. So I feel like, that's what it was. And it aggravates me that he is, in my opinion, wasted so many Black women's time, or women in general, because he just can't, he don't know what he wants. And Common comes off to the masses as this nice guy. He's so calm, so whatever. But in relationships, I've always felt like he's a fuckboy. But he's so charming, but he's a fuckboy. And it seems as if he'll be dating someone. And it seems as if he has great intentions. And I swear, every time with every woman toward the end, it always is the same kind of rhetoric of, well, yeah, this kind of ended. At first, it'll be like, okay, yeah, we ended. But it always seems like the women are like, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, he, and there's always something about him. And it was how when they ended, and he was kind of praising Tiffany, and it was how she was like, yeah, okay. Like she did not want to cuss his ass out because knowing, bruh, you just broke up with me. It wasn't no mutual shit. That wasn't what it was. You did you on some BS. So kind of gets on my nerves about that. And I don't see why women keep dating him based on his track record. Because if him and J Hud, if the same thing happened with him and J Hud, anyone who dates him next wants to date him just to date Common for a little minute. That's it. That's it. Anyway, he gets on my damn nerves. Amber Rose. Amber Rose. Sometimes I be like, people have a right to their opinion. And we as people on social media, like I'm here now, I'm giving my opinion on stuff. Some folk may not agree with me. But Amber Rose reacting to a video of kids crying and worshiping in church, saying it's child abuse, and they probably don't really feel like this. They've been trained to feel like this. I feel sorry for her children, because if you feel like people, children, individuals don't have the mindset to believe what they want to believe, be raised how they want to be raised, and once they get of age, if they no longer feel that way, the same way you change your mind, they can too. But to make it seem as if kids cannot really just be into the word of God is crazy to me. Ain't nobody around here judging your box. Ain't nobody judging you. She put on her stories. Children, this is child abuse. These kids are so young, stressing their little bodies out over something they can't change. It's crazy. I'll never understand the church or religion. Also, the kids probably don't really feel like this. They've been trained and taught that this is what God wants. Just because you don't believe, don't mean you should tell other folks if they do believe they're lying. They're being fooled. It's trickery. It's like, no, ma'am. The same way you want folks to respect what you don't believe in, you should respect what other people believe in. It's dumb to not do that. I don't understand. So Amber Rose really be getting on my damn nerves. I need her to stop. Get out my face. Monica around here being a superhero. So Monica and was it Ashanti? They were here in Detroit at Hart Plaza. Lord Jesus, Detroit, kind of crazy. Hart Plaza here is a huge open space with a waterfall. It's down at our Hart Plaza right off the water. So a concert was being had, and allegedly, in the crowd, we see this crowd. Okay, the dude supposedly punched the lady. Okay, in the crowd, Monica saw it. Now I don't understand why the man in the white outfit punched a black lady. Monica said, "Hell no."
Listen. Listen, if y'all don't get that nigga up out of here, we don't even fucking play like that. You ain't no lady like that, nigga. You out your fucking mind? Shut up.
Monica jumped in the crowd. We are a rowdy bunch. We are a very rowdy bunch. Here in Detroit. No one should be punching anybody in the face. Okay. But Monica said, look, I saw it go down. I was upset. So I was like, hey, get that up out of here. I jumped down in the crowd because I felt like, people wasn't moving fast enough or whatever. It triggered her it triggered her because she's seen other folks be hit. And so she reacted. I'm surprised the brawl didn't break out here. Because seeing Monica react usually would have made the dudes react too. So I'm happy that once she jumped down, like things stayed calm, wasn't no fish flown around here. Dude got put out. But I love the fact that she said, hey, nah, that. I got this. We've seen that happen. It was the people up in the crowd arguing one time, and she stopped the conversation like, nah, ain't no fussing fighting up in here. Dude punched the lady was stupid. Dumb. Completely dumb. But I respect her for bringing attention to what was going on and not allowing it to keep going on. Okay? Okay. Now, I want to take one little quick second because we're finna get into what we're gonna get into. These things right here. Okay? So take one little second, y'all, and like the video. Please. Because y'all know liking is the thing to do. So, we move. I'm going to do Nene first because I have a video of Nene and Bethany. I don't have any graphics, y'all. Nene and Bethany. So, we know that the writers and the actors right now are striking. And because of that conversation of the writers and the actors striking, that has brought up conversation on streaming revenue stars and how they're treated, how they're paid, and all that. Now, in my opinion, I don't feel like it's a far-fetched conversation to want. I want to pop off screen because my signal being done. I don't think it's a far-fetched conversation.
Hey guys.
Pause it. Nene and them made a lot of money on TV. And Nene, why is there a chip? What chip? What do you mean a chip? What's a chip? I don't know. Anyway, it's like what chip? Like, what do you mean? Anyway, Nene and them made a lot of money on Housewives. You know what I'm saying? Be it for Housewives of Atlanta, be it for Housewives of New York. They were paid millions. Some of them are now saying that there needs to be a union for all reality stars for shows and this and that. The same way they have the SAG unions for actors. I think it's a difference because the Writers Guild, the Writers Union is because if you write on a show, you get paid one time for that one show. Even if you're consistently writing for other stuff, you're not being paid a lot for it, okay? And also for some actors, they are not really being paid. I was on Twitter, and I feel like I never realized this. Go to my Twitter. Because DB is, I think it's DB Woodside, who's an actor. He's a black guy. He's been a whole bunch of stuff. But he had posted about people not realizing how much it costs to be an actor, because for them, here you go. Let me share this. Because this is where I realized, okay, what they're asking for makes a lot of sense, because I did not realize what they had to pay for out their own pocket. So DB Woodside, who's an actor, right now he's on 911 Lone Star. Other stuff too. I can't think of it right now. The overwhelming majority of TV shows are not filmed in LA, where most live. So what does that mean? Well, if you're a series regular on a TV show, you get flown to another city, country, wherever it's being filmed. You're expected to live for the duration of filming. So if I live in Michigan, but I'm on a TV show that shoots in Cali, I am expected to live in Cali while we're filming. They give you a relocation fee to get you started, which usually costs, they give between $4,000 to $8,000. That's it. They give the actors $4,000 to $8,000 total. However, if you're on a series, each season you have to go out there and film, but you're only given money one time. Again, it's $4,000 to $8,000 for one time for the life of the series. So think about Grey's Anatomy, which is on season 8,000. If your show goes 8,000 seasons, you have to always back in if you don't live there. It's crazy to me. He was like, so you have to pay for the rent and stuff for your own place, plus where you're shooting at. And a lot of actors can't afford to pay both because studios are not paying you each time to live there. That's the crazy part. That's insane. And I feel like people don't get that. So for me, for Nene and them, who want to be in a union, I'm like, y'all don't be on TV shows that are filmed out of state. Most shows of reality are filmed in somebody's own state, in their own city. You're really not having to travel. You're filming at home. And when shows first start out, I don't think they should make a lot of money. Now, the contract should be better to where they have options. I do feel like they should not be forced to give the network or whoever money from their own businesses. I think that stuff should be handled. But I want y'all to listen to what Nene was saying because she agreed with stuff that Bethany said.
Hi guys. Okay. So many people are asking me my opinion about the things that Bethany is saying on her social media about the actors' strike and how it affects reality stars and things of that nature. I'm even getting requests to do interviews. Listen, here's my opinion in a really quick nutshell. Bethany has an advantage that I do not have. So with that said, Bethany can say things and people will get it and they'll understand it. For a very long time, I have said that there's a lot of unfair treatment in different areas of the reality workspace. Reality stars do not receive benefits. They don't have any health benefits, any residuals. There's no union for reality stars. All of those things you see, like even with myself, when you see all of the memes and stuff that's out there, the way your likeness is used over and over and over and over again, and you don't get one red penny. I don't get a penny for all of those memes that you say out there. I am a part of Screen Actors Guild, so I do receive benefits on that side. Again, your likeness is used over and over and over and over again. They can run these shows for years and years and years and years and years, and you still will not get a dime from it. So I rest my case. I don't want to say too much more about it. I will let you guys see Bethany's video. I feel like she will be supported a lot more than I would be supported. So good luck.
Reality TV Reckoning. The new...
Let me go back to Nene stuff. So for me, I feel like Nene wants to say how I was saying this stuff and no one will listen. But with me and y'all, why I'm just looking at my thumbnail, I did not notice the picture of her and the boyfriend had a monkey in it. I promise y'all, I did not realize that picture had a monkey. I would not have you, girl. Maybe the monkey is the child she saw. Y'all, I did not. I promise y'all, I did not notice the monkey. I did not notice the monkey. Never did I mention or notice the monkey. I did not. I would not have used it. And when I'm done with the live, I'm going to replace that picture. But right now it's up. So I can't do nothing about it right now. But y'all, I did not notice the monkey. I did not want to use the monkey. I did not. Had no one brought up the monkey, I would have never noticed it. I did not. But I do think they were at the zoo. But I swear, when I picked that picture, I did not see a monkey. But it also show what happened when you making graphics or whatever, and you're not paying as much attention as you should. Lord Jesus Christ. Anyway. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm like, not a monkey. Anyway. But sometimes that's why y'all just ignore the thumbnail. Because maybe the monkey was the baby. I don't know. Anyway, back to me. Nene issue for me is like, Nene was never trying to make the point of Bravo need to pay everybody more money. Everybody ain't getting paid. We should be no. Nene issue always was Bravo and what they did not do for me. Bravo is this, Bravo is that towards me. I'm upset with Bravo for them being, racist and discrimination and blah, 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 blah. Nene's plight never really was about anybody else except Nene. The writers and the actors' issues are about all writers and all actors. So I feel like we know Bethany is around here trying to also get her foot in the door. For her own reasons. And I feel like Bethany hands ain't clean either, because both Nene and Bethany both made millions of dollars through reality TV. Some actors and writers have not made millions of dollars writing and acting on these shows at all. And Bethany, in my opinion, I know when Bethany was on the Housewives of New York, her first season or whatever, she got paid maybe $7,400. And this whole Bethany clause of her getting paid basically pennies for her first season, but she was able to not have Bravo be able to get money or get paid from any business that she started while filming. Bethany wants attention too. They both do. I feel like it's funny that women who both made millions are now saying, nah, we want to reach back and help, and this is what happened. So I want y'all to hear what Bethany was saying on what she wants to happen. Let me fast forward to get to Bethany's part, honey. So I rewind a little bit. Let's get to the right one.
I will let you guys see Bethany's video. I feel like she would be supported a lot more than I would be supported. So good luck.
It's not that Bethany. It's not that Bethany is getting more support than Nene. Bethany did not go after Bravo. Once Bravo let her go, to my knowledge. You know, I feel like Nene has to understand people did not listen to you because you're a black woman. It's because your allegations, your complaints felt self-serving. It felt as if I have made all this money working with the white folk who ain't shit. But now that they don't want me anymore, y'all should not support them. Bethany just wants attention, in my opinion.
TV reckoning, the new Bethany clause. Reality stars are the stepchildren, the losers, the mules, the pack horses, the ones that the entertainment industry is going to rely on right now to carry the water and do the heavy lifting when real stars, real A-list Hollywood is on strike. The issues are different than the ones for actors. We are not actors. We are not playing other people. We are not saying the words that are written for us. We are exposing ourselves, our families, our lives, our children. Look at Raquel having an affair. Her life is pretty much ruined. And at what price? Reality television.
Now, I want to touch on that because we also should not make it seem like the networks are to blame when the people on their shows do dumb shit that's on camera and get called out for it. I feel like Raquel from Vanderpump Rules, who had a full-fledged affair with her friend's man, you can't blame the fallout from that. Like, look what's going on with her. Her life is ruined. She ruined her life. Why would you ever have an affair while filming a reality show and think it'll all come out peaches and cream? You can't make dumb decisions while being filmed and then say, look at what happened to their life and the cameras exploit it. No, if you're going to do something dumb, don't be on the show. Because if you do, it's a reality show. That's what it is. So I don't want people feeling like, oh, well, she's right because things do happen to people's lives on these shows. And the people are exploited for what they're going through and they're not getting paid enough to go through it. That's called life. And that's what happens when you sign up for these shows. Now, the first strike that happened is when we did get a lot of these shows. A lot of these shows came about because of the first writer's strike. And now that people are on strike now, it probably will be a couple more reality shows. But I feel like we can't actors and writers and y'all ain't the same. Y'all issues and their issues are different. Y'all are living your lives in your own houses, being paid to do that. Where actors have to leave their lives, portray other people, hope the show gets picked up again, and have to sit around and wait to do other things. Now, I know on some of these shows, for reality TV shows, they do not want some of the stars filming things at the same time. They do want exclusive rights to your life. You know, you can't really be on two reality shows at the same time. But it's like, I think people are so gung-ho to be famous and on TV, they don't care. And then when things don't go their way, let's cry wolf. Should there be a union for them? Yes. But there should be limits.
Exploits, affairs, bankruptcy, falling off the wagon, not really having what you say you have, saying something inappropriate, risking cancellation every single time the camera goes on. I recognize that a young, doe-eyed reality star to be wanting fame at any cost doesn't know what they're signing, and they can't afford a good lawyer, but they'll sign away their entire life just for a chance at fame. So just because Hollywood and the entertainment industry can exploit this green talent, does that mean they should? Contracts are designed to protect talent, not for a gotcha moment, not for a network to then do a side deal with a streamer and you see something that you've said on a show that actually got you fired decades later, to the end of time. You lose a family member and the networks start pumping out the content of that family member when they were alive. Look at Nene Leakes. My divorce.
Bravo ain't paid shit. Look, you have to go looking for old content for Nene. You know what I'm saying? And it's a catch-22 because of like filming these shows, you know this will be on film. Filming these shows, what happened. So I feel like, can we really let people play victim to, oh, well, I have to now see this old stuff of my people. It's like, that's a part of life though. The same way if you post a video on your IG or your Facebook or whatever, it comes around every year. So I feel like they're trying to make it seem like producers and now, these days, producers and production are very much so using all the content they can and getting paid from it. So should some of the stars get residuals? Yes. Should some of them get some kind of payment if things are repeatedly being played and the network or the studio or the streaming service is getting paid? Yes. But who determines that amount of money? Who says who gets what? Because some shows that no one watch versus a show that everyone watches, it will never be equal. It won't be fair. It's a lot will have to go into it. But I just don't like how they're making it seem like they are getting a short end of the stick. Because y'all, on most cases, make more money per season than some actors make on a whole TV show. Y'all make millions a season, and some actors make a couple $100,000 a season, and then have to hope it come back. And then not only that, y'all can go film content and do products and all this shit and make more money. The famous people on reality TV are able to use the fame from the show to make more money. Actors and writers don't have that option. Right. In perpetuity, forever and ever. It also is a thing about, don't be so quick to sign away things because you want the exposure or this or that. If you can't afford to properly have it vetted, don't do it. I think when back in the day, when the real world, when the old school, the first time shows came out and no one kind of knew where it would go, those are the folks who should be upset. Anyone getting into the show now, you know what you're signing up for. You know it. You know what's going on. No one signing up for these shows these days are confused on what's going to happen. They're doing it because they want to. That's the gotcha. But Bethany wants to make it seem like, oh, they're getting rich. But y'all were too.
My divorce was all over the media. Let's pump all the Bethany and Jason footage we can to the end of time. I recognize that nurses and teachers and minimum wage employees think this is ludicrous because they are also not treated fairly. I acknowledge that. It is not fair. This is a separate, very particular matter where people's names and likenesses are used and exploited forever.
But if it's used on a show that you filmed, that you signed up for, is that really unfair? Now, if someone takes a clip of a show and uses it in a different way, that's weird. That's wrong. But if you sign up to be on a reality TV show to film your life, that's what's going to happen.
Clips of shows shown on YouTube that cost nothing to post that networks make money on. Merchandise, ancillary income that streamers and networks make money on. Talent never sees it. We build the intellectual property. I've run this by some of the most powerful people in Hollywood, and they are subject to modification. I do not have the idiot guide to starting a union in one day, but I will learn quickly. So there are 10 terms that I propose. 10 terms that I propose, subject to modification.
These are her suggestions for people on shows.
Did not buy the idiot guide to starting a union in 24 hours, but these are fair. These are ways that talent can understand compensation without having to try to audit a multi-billion-dollar powerful company that hides money in different places and likes to try to pretend that everything equals a show expense, so you never get any of the gross. For unscripted talent with shows that make it to air, the minimum should be $5,000 per episode. Talent.
$5,000 per episode. Okay. Now, y'all know most shows do, let's say 16 episodes. Okay. That's $80,000 a season. So the brand new folks should get $80,000 per season. Okay. At least.
Should receive a 10% raise each season. If the show is a huge success and ratings have increased, it's subject to negotiation or the talent can walk away. It is, in fact, their real lives. So for networks and streamers to be trapping people, not allowing them to do other things, and forcing them to expose their real lives on reality television is unconscionable.
Now, I feel like anybody I feel like while you're filming your season, for the 2 to 4 months of filming your season, I think it's okay if they don't want you working somewhere else if you're supposed to be working with them. However, once your season is done filming, anybody should be able to do whatever else they want to do when they're not filming. So I do not believe anyone should be prohibited from filming other stuff while they're not filming for the network.
Talent gets 10% of their last negotiated talent fee for additional cycles. That means that if a network has a season and decides to re-air that season, talent gets 10%. If a streamer decides to keep that on, talent gets 10% of their talent fee each additional year. Any additional entities airing that show, i.e. Peacock, will also pay 10% to the talent. On shoot and promotional days, talent gets a per diem $100 a day. Now to retroactive. Starting right now, series talent that has not been paid for shows that have been airing with no compensation should receive $5,000 per season retroactively from each distributor. So I should be paid $5,000 per year from streamers and from networks for shows that have aired after the original season. If they don't want to pay moving forward, the content should be taken down. And the content should not be watched or consumed. It should be boycotted.
Now. I don't agree with if they're not, $5,000 per day. No. $5,000 per year to talent. Is that just the main girls? Is that friends of? Are producers? Are the writers? Is everyone getting more money every year for a show? And if the show ain't, if that the case, boycott the show? I don't know.
Talent is not required to give any proceeds of their business to a network or streamer.
Now, that I agree with. Unless you use their platform to promote the business. I do feel like if you have a business that you're using their platform, meaning the station or whatever, to promote your business, that may be a reason they want a percentage. Because if you had to advertise anywhere else, you would pay a fee. So I do feel like if you're promoting your business while on the network, they probably would get a percentage because you're using their network for promotion. Now, I don't think they should have any ownership of your business. I think you should be charged a fee for promotion. But I don't think they should get any type of ownership. But you should have to pay for promoting, like anybody else would have to. That's why on some shows you see they black out stuff because they ain't paid for promotion.
Eradicating the Bethany Clause. These terms are now the new Bethany Clause. Talent should not be prohibited from promoting specific brands on their social media so the networks and streamers can try to garner that income for themselves. Talent shall receive a percentage of proceeds from ancillary merch from the gross. 5% if it's a solo act, 2.5% if it's an ensemble. For other properties, for example, YouTube, which the networks and streamers make a lot of money off of those clips using your name and likeness and talent's intellectual property, talent should receive a percentage of the gross. Now, these are specific, but subject to modification, but they're fair.
I don't know. Some of it is fair. Some of it is fair. But I feel like it coming from two of the richest or two people who made a lot of money for the network and had no complaints while working for said network. Nene and Bethany for sure made the most while working as housewives and had no complaints of nothing. And now they want to change everything to get money from the network because they're no longer getting paid for the network. So it's a slippery slope for sure. I also feel like I need some of the girls who are currently on the shows, who are currently dealing with what's going on, to speak up and say, hey, what is not working currently for people? Because Nene and Bethany, you can't fool me. You're on some bullshit, okay? Carlee and her boyfriend. I'm going to go back to my Instagram. Carlee boyfriend. Where is it? Who I feel like now has his social media probably on private or whatever. Because I could not find him on Facebook, and I looked on YouTube. It was not on YouTube, on IG, but he had not posted much. Now we know for a fact that when she first was missing, where is it? He had taken down the post where he was out here supporting and being sad and hoping she comes home. So first he took down his post in support of her because we found out she was out here, being a Jesse Small yet. Okay. Her around here not being fully honest, not being fully truthful about what's going on. He took down stuff he had put up in support of her. I feel like he had a right to do that because I guess he thought she was missing too, and she was not. But we know that she's a liar. But he then was posting because he had either an interview or something with somebody where he was saying how people should leave her alone. Stop bullying her. He gave a statement to the New York Post saying the only thing I can say is I want everyone to stop bullying her. I know what it seemed like. I know what it seemed like what she did to stop bullying on social media. Think about her mental health. She does not deserve that. Nobody deserves no one deserves to be cyberbullied. I feel like she did it first. She caused us stress, making us think she was gone, taken. And I also feel like no one should be going to her social media, coming after her. I fully feel like no one should go to her social media saying anything to her. That is bullying. However, anything anyone saying on social media, like in general, that she go looking for and she sees what they're saying, that's on her. I feel like it ain't nobody's fault for her that she did not think this through. It's her fault that she felt the need to pull this caper. She got caught, and now she can't take the heat, okay? And the boyfriend wanting us to leave her alone. I ain't messing with her. She started the rumor that she was missing and came home, and we found out it wasn't true. And when you put action into motion that makes things seem some kind of way, that's on you. When you then come back and tell the people you were taken by a white man with orange hair with a bald spot and a phantom baby. You painted the picture of kidnappation. And word. You created a kidnap narrative by what you did and how you came back and said what had happened. That's on you. That ain't on us. And until she understands she did this, she caused this, people gonna come for her. That's just what it is. That's what it's gonna be. Okay. Honey, this Cardi B and Tasha K saga will never end. Never. Never. Cardi B is now asking the judge to force Tasha K and her husband to tell all their financial business. Okay. We know that Tasha K was sued by Cardi B. She owes $3.9 million. Tasha K is currently in a bankruptcy trying to reorganize her finances to afford to pay off her debts. Okay. Now there is a case. There is a court date coming up on August 7th. And Cardi, her attorneys is like, look, we need to see their paperwork. We need to see her husband, and they should bring all their stuff to break down all their assets in Miami. And it should be on video. Now, this is my thing. Cardi B want her money. And not only do she want her money, I think she wants Tasha K to pay. If not financially, in time, and effort, and money, and lawyer fees, and court dates. And I feel like I don't know if y'all are familiar. Here in Detroit, our old mayor, Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, he was in trouble here for some lying and some things, okay? Having an affair and some things. And once he got found guilty of it, he was put in jail. He was out of jail, and this, that, and that, and this. He was supposed to win restitution. And he went to court and told them, I only got $1. I ain't got it. I only got this amount of money. And the more that former Mayor Kilpatrick kept fucking with them people, the more them people kept fucking with him. And he ended up going to jail for a long time. He got out eventually. But he was in jail for years. Mainly because he would not stop fucking with the people after they won the court case. This reminds me of that. Because once Cardi B won the lawsuit, Tasha K keep fucking with that lady. and Cardi does not letting up. And you can't blame somebody who's like, okay, you want to keep playing as if you don't owe me. Okay, I'm going to keep playing with you. Each time I have to, call my lawyer, you got to call yours too. So you spending money, I'm spending money, but you still owe me money. And her, like, I want to call in Tasha K and her husband because, people saying that Tasha husband is, maybe behind some money on them. People saying that, not me, people. And they're going to scrub through the finances with a fine tooth comb. Simply because both Cardi and Tasha K not going to stop. And the sad part about it is it could have all been avoided. Period. But Tasha don't got 3 whatever mil. She don't. Not extra. I always said Tasha K does not have an extra 4 mil sitting around nowhere. Even if she has 4 mil sitting somewhere, it ain't extra. It's what she has to live off of. And Cardi has a bit more money to keep going to court. So I'm not again, it's only her trying to subpoena Tasha K, the husband, and all their financial stuff. She hasn't won that yet, but she's saying we're gonna look through all your stuff. And then we find this or that, oh, we got your ass, okay? They're trying to prove that Tasha K is either faking like she don't have it, or like we know she don't have a 4 mil, but she's making more money than she says she's making to be able to pay me right now. This bankruptcy is, it's all of that. So I feel like Cardi B is doing what anybody do if they have the finances to keep fighting someone who doesn't have the finances to fight forever. And all Cardi B can hope is that Tasha was doing something fake. And all Tasha K can hope is that her ducks are all in a row and Cardi is wasting her time. But we shall see what's gonna happen. Is the last thing? I think the last thing is this. Last thing. So there was a video. If I can find it. This one. So I want y'all to listen to this video.
When the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello? This is what I mean when the transphobia just comes out. The audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like,
so I saw this the day it kind of went viral, and I y'all know I am very much so not phobic of anything. The issue I have, and look. I'm gonna try to be as clear and concise with my wording as I can. I feel like some trans people do feel like natural born women do not have a right to feel like and be proud to call themselves a natural born woman. I do feel like some find that if we do find proudness within our own self, that, oh, you're being phobic of this or that. I feel like me being proud of who I am is not phobic of anything. Because I'm not against you. You can be whoever you want to be. What you will never be able to do is tell me how to feel about me the same way I can't tell you how to feel about you. I'm also not a member of I'm a cis woman because I don't fully know what that means. I know it's just a term that is supposed to explain something. I'm not cis. I'm Jaylee. I was born a woman. That's it. That does not mean anything against anyone who is trans. We are getting to a point to where people feel like natural born women who are speaking up for how we feel like we are being muted and being celebrated in our womanhood is in some kind of way offensive to other folks who were not born women but feel they are women. And I don't believe this is all trans people at all. I don't think all trans people feel like, they're better than us. I don't think all trans people feel like they want to be us. But I do feel like some like to disregard who we were born as. And it could be because they feel they were born different. They weren't born in the right body. And that's their right to feel how they feel about their body. What aggravates me is the whole, and I mean in this person's thing, is where I'm leaving to this right here. This person saying we're not the gatekeepers of this or that because whatever. Now, I also seen folks say, well, because trans men also get periods and because trans men can get pregnant. Are trans men the ones wanting to be looked at as women? Or are trans men wanting to be looked at as men? So when people who are trans feel like and again, some people are transphobic. We know that. I'm not negating that. I'm not negating that some things that people say are stupid because however someone wants to identify as, that's them. I don't have no issue with that. My issue always comes into play when I feel like as a woman, I'm being, and by some, not all, I'm being told by some trans women, I can't, me saying I'm a natural born means I'm creating some kind of separation from them. And so I'm not saying because I call myself a naturally born woman that you are not who you are. But you can't tell me who I am. It's about respecting the other person's idea of who they are. And I feel like people are allowed to believe who they are. I'm a natural born woman. That's how I was born. That's what I am. All these new terms that have come about because of just what life is, I don't mind that. I don't understand it. And I feel like I don't have to understand it to accept trans people. Because I don't not accept trans people. I don't. I don't not accept them. I think they're great. I think anyone who wants to live in their truth, that's fine by me. But do not try to tell women who feel like I'm a natural born woman and I should be allowed to be proud of that, to make me feel like I'm bashing them because of the proudness of myself. So I will never allow that to happen. But I also will call out something that I know is phobic if I see it. So anyone who feels like a woman who was someone who was born with a cooch, was born a female, a woman, a lady, whatever you want to call it, you cannot call me transphobic because I refuse to allow anyone else to mislabel, misname, misgender, misrepresent me. The same way I don't want anyone to be able to mislabel, misgender, or misrepresent you. And some of these people who cause these conversations are doing it just to cause conflict. But what I won't do is allow anyone to make me feel like who I am and how I was born. I can't, be proud of that. I have to say, well, no, I'm cis. I don't know. I don't have to do that. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know. And I don't think I should have to figure out all these fucking new terms because I ain't changed. I haven't changed. If you transition into who you think you are, that's cool. I don't have no issue with that. But I do not have to adapt how I see myself, how I reference myself, how I love myself, how I address myself because of who you have become. Period. Period. And let me reiterate, I have nothing against anyone trans. I want them to love whoever they are inside themselves. But do not try to tell me how I should not call myself a natural woman, how I should call myself cis, and if I don't this and that, no, ma'am. Now that's one part of the nugget. Now, Just Hilarious, I'm like, girl, is you hilarious these days? I don't know. Just Hilarious. Where is it? Let's see if she has it up on her thing. Jess responded, made a video in response to the girl.
It just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were.
Now, see, I told y'all I would point out when something came off as transphobic. I don't believe in saying stuff like that. I feel like a lot of trans people, it's not about, and I'm going to speak for trans women because I'm not a man. I have a dick. A lot of trans women, it's not about them getting a coochie or getting a uterus. It isn't. It is about how they feel, and a lot of them don't even go through with the surgery. But I feel like Jess was pissed at what she saw the person say, and she reacted, and she went off. And I feel what Jess said, while I understand her upsetness, how she expressed her, like, I was upset watching what the lady said. I was upset. It made me mad. However, I was like, but let me make sure that my response to that is not also an issue. And if your response to somebody is batshit crazy, out of line, and unwarrantedly uncouth, then no one will really hear anything except you're being transphobic. So I feel like it's a way that we natural born women should be able to say we are natural born women. We should be able to say we are biological. We should be able to say that and not be used as a weapon against us when that's how we feel we are. So just saying what she said, how she said it, that's how she went wrong. She went for the jugular.
When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane?
Now what now? I don't know if that comparison is fair, but she said it.
What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass.
I mean, that's what it. And again, when I saw the person talking, it pissed me off. It's why I waited to come and talk about it with y'all, because I didn't want it to be, you know what I'm saying? I did not want it to come off how it just came off. Even though I fully understand her aggravation, I also get what she's trying to do and say, but she kind of just, she went off.
Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all.
And when people say, well, trans men also, and I'm like, yeah, but you do know the reason a trans man can have a period, can get pregnant, is because of how they were born. Even though they changed, even though they transitioned, it does not negate how they came into this world, they just changed. And that's fine. That's fine. But ain't nothing wrong with someone who is still in the body they were born with because they're happy that way. They don't want to change. Ain't nothing wrong with that person saying, hey, don't make it seem like I ain't what the fuck I am. I birth motherfuckers around here.
Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Like, hello? That's what I mean.
So that's what Jess said. Again, I understand her anger, but she just, it went left. Now, Maddie, T.S. Madison, responded, to some things. One thing Maddie posted, there are so many real women that get mistaken for being transgender women, and that's where a lot of the anger comes from. I hope they take a good look at how transphobia affects all women. Because people felt like what Jess said was the issue. And that was her response to Jess. And that's how the fight started. Okay? The back and forth started from there.
Well,
now, when someone said, oh, you talking about this? And she said, well, yes. Well, yes. Now, there was back and forth in it because everybody felt attacked. And because Maddie said something directly to Jess was like, you the last one that needs to be asking playing with me. Keep that phony shit over there. I swear, niggas in any form switch up like MF.
We'll do a segment here called...
And then Maddie said, hold up now, bitch. Hold up now, bitch. Because there was a interview that Jess did that she told the story of how somebody, tried to get at her because they thought she was trans. So, and look, I love Maddie. I do. And I mean T.S. Madison. And I respect the fact that Maddie, as a transgender woman, I have never felt like she had issue with women, natural born women. I never felt that. So I don't think Maddie is one of the people that we should be upset with that says dumb shit that makes us upset. But I do know if somebody say something to Maddie, you don't say something back. Okay, Maddie said, let me make it clear. I have stood up for and fought tooth and nail for Black women. I have put a lot of Black women on, use my platform to uplift Black women, as well as let it be known that I am not a female, but I am a Black trans woman. So I'm addressing this as much, so let me put an at on it. At just hilarious. I have never disrespected you, nor came at you publicly when you said sideways shit I didn't like. I inbox you. Your mouth don't put no fear in my heart, because you not the only bitch that can put a read on the floor. So if it's up, then it's up. But as a grown individual, I don't want to go that route, because that's not going to solve none. Okay? But we can. I'm all day with it. I posted what I said because of what came out of your own experiences. Meaning, just said how someone mistook her for a transsexual. And so Maddie's point was, because she felt what Jess said was on some bullshit, that was why she's... So again, everybody is responding in anger. Everyone saw something that angered them and responded quickly in anger, which just caused a bigger issue. So that every time trans women and real women unite on some good stuff, you on the blog ever post or talk about it, the moment one individual offends you, y'all automatically group us all in the mix, I clearly know that only females have periods and uteruses and have never stood on the side of the majority. But what you're not gonna do is make it seem like you're gonna press down on me and call me phony. So Maddie was more upset at the notion that
Hello.
Jess was gonna like, you know, something, gonna do something. Do something, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I've had conversations with Maddie. I have Maddie's number. I have her number on my phone, and the couple times I've spoken to her about stuff, she's been very. I haven't talked to Maddie in like a year. No, it was before COVID. But when I have talked to her, she always has been very supportive. She's always been very nice. You know, if I need her help, she said I can reach out to her. So I feel like even from the brief encounters with Maddie, that she don't have an issue like that. Unless you have an issue with her. And if you follow Maddie, like I told you, I first was introduced to Maddie as on Candy Coated Nights. Back when Candy and them was in Tag Boutique at Night on the internet. Long time ago. Back when Maddie was going by the big.com. You know what I'm saying? That's when I first was introduced to her. And even back then, she seemed so nice. And seeing her grow all these years, she still seems nice. And I've always seen her speak highly of people who she don't have no issue with. Now, you can't feel like if somebody don't fuck with you, they're going to say something nice. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, Jess saw something from someone who's trans. It triggered her anger. Jess responded in anger. Maddie saw something that Jess put up that angered her, and Maddie responded as well. And that caused an argument to be back and forth. And to me, the real villain is the person who started the argument. I don't think Maddie don't even agree with the person who was talking about, you know, all that shit. But Maddie was offended at how Jess responded. Hurt people sometimes need to kind of fuck down and wait. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell y'all I'm not quick to report on stuff, to talk about stuff, because if I speak in my anger, it will bite me in the ass. And I've seen Jess articulate shit better, and she fucked up how she said things to that lady, to that person, to that individual. You know what I'm saying? Maddie back and forth in it with her. I mean, that's on y'all. So, in closing, everyone has a right to feel how they feel. You can't tell me about my body. You can't call me a gatekeeper and say that I'm not a gatekeeper when if all the natural born women in this earth stop doing things that only we can do, no one could be born to figure out if they're different. If Maddie's mama didn't birth her, she could have grown to be the great Maddie she is. If Jess's mama didn't birth her, she could not be the crazy ass person she thinks she's funny that she is. A lot of people want to ignore or make it seem like admitting things that are logical should not be at the forefront because so much of the world has changed. And the fact that some women can't birth children for reasons, because of the body things, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, we have a right to be just as proud to be natural born women as trans men and trans women and non-binary people have a right to be proud of who they are as well. If you can be proud of who you transition into, I can be proud of who I was born to be. And if you have an issue with anyone saying, I was born a woman, that's on you. Well, I was. Because I don't have no issue with you telling me that you are a transsexual woman. I have no issue with that. Or a man. You know what I'm saying? I have no issue with that. That's how we have to get that around here. Everyone should understand everyone has a right to feel how they feel about themselves. Period. The original creator is saying cis women can't gatekeep because there are people that are intersexual, asexual women with issues streaming. Look, and I get that, Candace, and I like that you put it up here what it was about. The issue I have with that, it doesn't matter to me that some women can't do this or can't do that. People are born and they have to deal with whatever. If you're born black, you're born white, with a penis, with a vagina, you're born as a little person, you're born as a conjoined twin. You're born how you're born. You're born how you are born. You can transition if you want to. If you feel like you're in the wrong body, no issue with that. My only issue is when anybody feel like someone saying they're naturally born this or that that's being phobic. It is not, in my opinion. But I respect everybody's decisions and their ideas of who they are. Let it be. Let it be. But don't tell me what I'm not if I know what I am. Because I will never tell you what you're not because you know you are. Okay? And that's it, y'all. That's it. That's it. That's it. So, look. Love who you love. Be who you are. But just be respectful. Because if you say something that offends somebody, they're going to react. And their reaction may be on some bullshit. Okay? But look, I love everyone. I have no issue with anybody. I have no issue at all. So if you even try to point out, Jaylee, I said what I said. You hear me? I said what and I said with love. Okay? Now y'all know that tomorrow is the Robiversary, so we will have some kind of watch along of Bishop robbery. I don't know which. I don't know. I want to put up the live he did with Fat Joe, the one with him and Larry Reed, or what. I'm gonna go find some old ones or whatever that we will rewatch for the Robiversary. Okay. Anyway, please make sure to like the video, comment in the comment section, share the video, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, up to the top. Okay. But I gotta go. Okay, I gotta go. And I love you all. I love you all. Even the people who, right on the bullshit. And again, I did not know the picture of Cardi and that man had a monkey in it. I'm gonna change it. But I gotta go. I love you all. Bye.